Welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
I'm Michael Mandel. What were you saying? Oh, you're getting to... Notice we're doing Americanos. We don't talk about Americanos that much, except when I introduce Negronis.
Wait a minute. Isn't that what Mexicans call us, Americanos?
I think that's what Italians call us.
Oh.
So the drink was obviously started in Italy, where the Negroni was. People used to drink the famous Milano-Torino drink, which was Campari and, well, in this case, Cinzano,
which is
sweet vermouth.
Sweet vermouth.
And the Campari is a type of Amaro, which is a bitter drink. And they'd mix the two, and they'd call it either a Torino Milano or Milano Torino, and they'd sip it over ice. When the Americans came, these were expats who came to Europe in the beginning of the 1900s. Expats, since we're American, we can't take it, that strong. So they put club soda or seltzer water or bubbly water in it, and it was called the Americano.
I see.
And that was going around for a while. And then, if you remember the story I've told many times on this show, in around 1920, Count Negroni walks into his bar in, I think it was Florence or Milan. And he said, I've had such a bad day, I can't take it. I need something stronger than the Americano. So he put gin in instead of club soda. So we're going to try this. Mark brought two waters. The other thing we tried to figure out is the difference between seltzer and club soda.
Because there was the same price at CVS.
And I was under the impression seltzer had a salt so that your father could burp better. I don't know.
Salt?
So, there was more salt in there. I don't
well,
know,
I think they
to
have...
sate your thirst.
They seem to have the same amount of effervescence.
Yes.
One has bicarbonate or something or other.
This one, the club soda, has potassium bicarbonate and potassium citrate, which I guess is good. It settles your stomach. It's a base. It makes it more base.
And this one just has carbonated water.
Whatever that means. It means water with carbon dioxide in it. And we did their taste testing before the show because we really got thirsty. It's really hot in here. I like the seltzer water better.
I do too. Less ingredients. It's basic.
Yes, but it's seltzer, and it doesn't have one of those snippers. So here's what we're going to do. The way it works, you put an equal amount of the... Oh yeah, you got to put... Our ice has been melting here.
We're under the hot lights,
I know, that's what you got to do when you have to be a star, you're under the lights. So you put an equal amount of these two guys in. We're starting with the standard, the Cinzano, and the Campari, which we push, especially for Negroni week. Theoretically, it's the only way you can make a Negroni, but it's not really. You could use any Amaro, and we're going to try these other two. One is Ramazzotti. The other is one I just bought in
and these are
Austin.
Two are both Amaros, right? This
yes,
one is.
yes, and that is too. It's an Amaro made in Austin by Revolution Distillery.
Yeah, we're just eyeballing these. We're not measuring.
Yes, because half and half is pretty much what you get. So we could taste this.
Kind of fruity.
Oh, man. So, to make it an Americano,
in other words, to do what the Americans did.
And also, you can sit outside
to dilute it.
A bar or a cafe in Italy.
And sip these all day, right?
Yes, because the water, hydrates you. The drink has digestive qualities, aperitif qualities, to improve your appetite before dinner. That's why they drink it that way in Italy and around the world where they do it.
It's good. Nice and diluted. You can drink it quicker and easier, I guess. It actually is more refreshing.
Yes.
It really is, isn't it?
It is pretty good. It's tasty. So, that's what we're doing for now. Later in the show, we'll taste them because we can't down these that quickly and still read off the screen, which says Double Talk.
They're just Amaros. They have low alcohol content.
They are. That's true. It's about 20 and 17%.
Right. It's like wine.
Right, which is why you could drink it all day.
Yeah.
This, on the other hand, has 30%.
30, not bad.
Ramazzotti, almost like alcohol.
That's where we get to it. That's where we're going to get to it later. All right, now.
Did you notice it's hot?
It's very hot. This is the first week of summer, and that might be why it's hot.
In official terms, in terms of living in Las Cruces, first day of summer is like Memorial Day. Just is people get out, work is out, you know, it's over.
Wednesday was the first day of summer, and it came crashing down upon us in a heat wave.
One thing about Las Cruces, since we have no humidity, there's nothing to ameliorate the heat striking us directly from overhead.
Oh, you didn't get rain the other day?
We did.
All right.
So, but that's about it. It ameliorated it somewhat. I'm using that word a bit. But
it did calm things, cool things down.
Like about 5 degrees, then it was nighttime.
Then it meant your swim cooler wasn't worth a darn. But you got to be careful in the heat. So and I understand there's cooling stations around town.
There are 5 cooling stations, like around the Munson Center and all those other senior citizen stations, where you can go in and sit there and have air conditioning and luxuriate.
Well, I call that the movie theater.
Yes, you get to see a movie. But these are senior centers where you can go in for free. The movie theater is almost free if you go to the 350 one.
Or just hang out in the lobby.
Yes. Or you can go to the library. Hey, that's a cooling station.
Right there. Definitely is. City Hall. You know, why not?
City Hall. That way you
Coast
can
bookstore.
Go sit and watch some City Hall meetings.
Ooh.
Not only will it cool you down, it'll put you to sleep. Or you could go to the county courthouse. Do you want to talk about? Yes, might as well. I wanted to put this on the
what's that
thing? I sat through a city council meeting this week where city council was asked to vote in support of keeping the Organ Mountain Desert Peaks a national monument. As you know, federal government is going to look into kicking out the national monument designation because they want to put more productive elements in there, like
condominiums.
Condominiums,
oil
or
wells.
It's drilling and stuff like that.
Well, what does the city council have to do with it? They have no power over that.
They voice their opinion. We are the people. Everybody's voicing their opinion. You know, you say, oh, other than voting, when do you have a voice? You don't really have a voice when you're voting, but now we feel that it's time to be able to state our opinion no matter what.
Well,
and the city council is a good place.
Yeah, but they have no power over the federal government.
No, but they are asking, the federal government is asking for cities and municipalities to voice their concerns about if you're taking away our national monument. The national monument, if you had sat through the entire meeting, you would have heard this, actually helps us to bring in more money. More people like a place
tourism.
like this. Tourism is there. A construction guy, a house builder, came in and talked about how he is now building more houses. He's 2 years backlogged on building houses, and these are not little houses. These are $800,000 to $2 million houses because people want to be in a place that has these national monuments which are protected. Personally, I don't like to look outside because there's bugs there, but other people do.
When was the last time you went camping? Ever?
I'm too old to remember. We went camping when we moved to Albuquerque with our daughter. We went camping.
You did?
And yeah, we slept outside and
in the backyard?
No, we went to maybe not a national monument. We went over to Tucumcari in that direction, and then we came back and we were home, and we were home a few weeks, and then we told our daughter we want to go camping again. She said, "I don't want to do that. I already did that."
Done that. She was afraid you're going to leave her there.
No, she wasn't afraid of that. She's just afraid that there's nothing to buy. It's not like it's not like a shopping mall.
Yeah, there's no credit card or the ATMs in handy.
Anyway, so that's one of the things that the city passed. There was one, Celia Aventino is the one staunch Republican on the council.
And why was she against recommending these?
She was against it because of the Antiquities Act. I guess I sided with City Council. City Council wanted to mention that we will abide by the Antiquities Act, which Teddy Roosevelt had passed, so that things like this can never be taken away from the public, from the people, and put into private hands. And it's a good law because it keeps things that some people might want to undo. They might want to undo these things. And with the Antiquities law, it's a lot harder. She did not want to agree on that, so they took that part of agreeing with the Antiquities Act off the resolution so that she would agree. And that way we got unanimous support for keeping the national monument, because otherwise it would look like she was for the Antiquities Act, and apparently she's not.
She's not. Well, wasn't Teddy Roosevelt a Republican?
You know, Teddy.
No, he's a Bull Moose Party.
Wait, no, he was a Republican theoretically, but in those days, Republican. Do you remember? You know, Democrats.
They flipped.
Democrats used to be pro-slavery. They were the South.
Yeah,
they were for slavery.
KKK
and
all
now
that.
Yes, it's
they
all
pretty
turned
much
over.
changed places.
Teddy Roosevelt was against large corporations, and he broke up the trusts. I mean, that's not a Republican thing to do. He was a Democrat.
Wasn't he the first Secretary of the Interior?
Well, maybe he wasn't the first.
Well, he was one.
Let's see. Yes.
He made the Panama Canal. He ruined the environment of another country.
That's Panama. We don't care. The other thing they voted on, the mayor wanted, there is a group, the Mayor's Climate Network. They want us to agree with the Paris Accord, even though our president did not agree with the Paris Accord. There's nothing to say that mayors don't have a right to do what they want. Many corporations, as soon as our president agreed on it, said they would still do measures that try to cut emissions. They would still keep working on that, and it wouldn't matter. And the city voted 6-1 to be part of the mayor's climate accord. Do you want to guess who was the one that didn't vote for it?
Gee, Seal Levatino?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What a shock.
Did you read that?
Well, she's a Trumpy. Right?
I just want to say that I like Seal as a person.
She's a nice person.
Yeah, she's not nice. She's not a bad person.
That's what they said about Trump.
Yeah, and you never know what can happen. Well, he wants the the new healthcare benefit, not to be mean. So that's a nice thing, not to be mean.
No, they want to deprive millions of people of health care so the upper crust can get a gigantic tax break.
Gigantic, enormous, huge.
Huge, yeah.
The other thing, we're looking at Las Cruces to El Paso, sort of a commuter rail system. They're doing a study on that, which is ironic because with the cost cutting, the Trump government wants to cut Amtrak trains to 265 cities in the United States. That's a lot of cities.
That's all on the East Coast, too, because we don't have Amtrak out here.
Yeah, but they got some of them around Chicago, around all big cities. They have them to go to smaller cities,
so
and it's
how
very
are
convenient.
People supposed to get around? Well, he's talking about this subsidy that the government pays to Amtrak, right?
Right,
Cutting
because
that.
they can't really make the money themselves.
So they're going to have to just raise ticket prices so that only rich people can afford to ride the trains.
That's right. Hey, it's good when you're rich. You don't have to drive. It's like having your own chauffeur. And you can sit there and go to the bar car.
Well,
that's perfect for Republicans, right? They love bar cars.
Yes, but if poor people now have to drive their cars, it's going to increase the traffic on the freeways.
And we know they always have these old, stinky...
Old clunkers that are going to break down and cause congestion.
Give out a lot of carbon dioxide, monoxide, all that stuff. So that's what's happening on that front. That wasn't even on our list. You want to talk about summer.
Well, you know, speaking of...
Because nobody knew.
Speaking of politicians, Martin Heinrich, our state senator, our U.S. senator
for the state
in D.C.
Yes,
yes, he's we have two senators, United States senators. Martin Heinrich is one of them, and his people are going to be in town Tuesday, and you can go there if you have a problem.
I remember when he came here.
You can go speak with him.
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. He's
he wears cowboy boots,
and he's anyway. They're going to be in Mesilla on Tuesday from 10 to 11:30.
That's not town. That's a small suburb outside of
town.
A small suburb.
They're going to be over there at the community center, which is 2251 Calle de Santiago. The community center. You can go in there and you can talk to Senator Heinrich's people if you have a problem with your Medicare, Medicaid, veterans issues. They're there to help.
National monuments.
Yeah, anything.
Yes. You said Calle de Santiago.
Yes.
What the hell's a calle? What is that? A calle? Is that a coyote?
Michael, let's
spell it.
Spanish for street.
Street de Santiago? Okay.
Calle.
No. I'll take your word for it.
Yes. Now, also, look who's dancing.
Who?
That happens every year.
Who?
You should do it, Michael. They're looking for people to sign up, to be in it. They put on a big show at the Pan American
Famous
Center
people, like TV personalities.
Like us?
Yes.
And if you want to be involved in Guess Who's Look Who's Dancing, Guess Who's Dancing?
Guess Who?
Look Who's Dancing. Contact the Guess Who's Dancing people. Say, I want to be a part of Look Who's Dancing.
Well, I'm out for that because I gave him follow my wife on a two-step because I can't count that high.
I see.
So
we're going to take a break.
Yes, we're going to take a break. We're going to count to 2 and we'll be back.
After these?
I can't count that.
Fine words.
Cheers.
But you're still trying to lead.
She still tries to lead.
Hi, I'm I'm Cheryl Burke, and I have a confession to make. I have a serious crush on my workout. Hip, fun, and always a challenge. Jazzercise is the total package. Only workout that I've ever truly loved. Does it show? That's because I'm in the best shape of my life. What a difference Jazzercise makes. When's the last time your workout swept you off your feet? Find a class near you at jazzercise.com.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate, Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
Attention homeowners, apartment complexes and business parks and homeowners associations. Now is the best time to make your property beautiful again. Since 1967, Gonzalez Landscaping has offered beautiful professional landscaping services to all of southern New Mexico. Our team has been designing and installing landscapes for over 47 years. Where quality is an obsession, Gonzalez Landscaping is locally owned and operated. We are licensed commercial, residential specialists dedicated to providing reliable and quality service. We offer residential and commercial landscaping design, full lawn, tree and shrub care, with annuals and perennials, tree and palm trimming, spring and fall cleanups, mulching and more. Let us do the work at prices you can afford. We service all of Las Cruces. We are New Mexico's premier commercial landscaping and residential landscaping company. Visit us online at gonzalesnursery.com or call us for a free estimate. 575-382-7272.
We're back. You're watching Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
I'm Michael Mandel. We're still here. We're going to do our next thing. We're going to use half Campari. We're going to do the second Americano.
We're drinking Americanos today.
You can explain it while I'm pouring, because I can't keep my eyes on this.
Okay, well, if you watch the first half, we did the Americano with Cinzano.
Classic Italian vermouth. They're all classic. The other ones you can use are Campari, Cinzano, Dubonnet, which is French.
Dubonnet, yes.
Dubonnet, and Martini and Rossi.
Wait, didn't we use Campari the last time?
No, but we always use Campari with these Amaros.
Oh, I see.
These are the. I should have used that. Right. Here, kill this.
All right, down the hatch.
I should have used this. Okay.
Boy, that's
wow, that's pretty good, isn't it?
That's sweet.
It's not sweet, it's bitter.
It's bittersweet, Michael.
Bittersweet. Such is life. Thanks for reminding me, Marky.
Boy, we almost went off the tracks on this
God,
one.
we don't want to.
And we've never done that
this
before.
is another bitter, which is from Revolution Spirits in Austin. It's called Amico Amaro.
Amico.
And
now we're going to mix it with...
You always ask me what's in this, in Amaros, and nobody ever says this one does.
You know what? Most liquors do not have to put their ingredients.
I will tell you what's in this, because...
This one's proud of their ingredients.
There's many, and they don't use all these. Hibiscus, sumac, cedar,
Keeps the mouse
orange
away.
peel, gentian,
You want that.
chincoa, which is quinine bark,
Quinine bark.
Apollo hops, which is like a beer ingredient, witch hazel leaf, so you can be antiseptic.
Witch hazel leaf.
Yes, blessed thistle, Damiana. There's a little drink called Damiano with a fat lady bottle. Did you ever see it?
No, I've never seen the bottle. I've heard of
it. It's a
Spanish
thing. Cranberry, fennel, and I can't tell you the next one.
Okay.
It's sugar. Wait.
High fructose corn syrup?
No, sugar.
Okay.
Wait, taste this by itself.
Yes.
Whoa. That's like tasting a medicine cabinet.
Or dirty socks. I'm not sure.
Well, maybe yours, because you eat a lot of fennel, don't you? Ooh, it has fennel, Mark. You hate fennel.
I hate licorice. Now, a little fennel is different. It's more subtle.
And we'll do it the
Seltzer.
We're not going to have ice
Seltzer
cube.
rounds it out. If you just drank this without the seltzer.
Seltzer opens it up. You know,
It does.
There's a drink called the Aperol Spritzer, which is Aperol, which is sort of like a lighter Campari, and you put it into Prosecco. What do you do?
Gosh, that's so much better with the seltzer.
Ooh. You know. I think the the thing you're tasting is the gentian. Gentian has that flavor.
If you've watched this show at all, you know that on every show
Like
we
to
taste
taste.
something.
Yeah, that's where you guys fall asleep and say, who cares about what's happening with the
Who cares
city?
what those guys are tasting?
So anyway, the Aperol Spritzer is a great drink for the summer. It's sort of like Campari, but lighter, and it's more peachy. Goes with Prosecco. You put about a third Aperol in, but you have to put a splash of club soda or seltzer in it. Opens up the flavor.
Really
it's
does.
kind of amazing. We've tried it. I've tried it both ways. I don't know if we did it on
You know, I
TV.
bet you could even use like a lime essence club soda.
We
and
did discuss
and
that.
I think that would help.
We did discuss it.
It
Giving
certainly
a
wouldn't
flavor.
hurt it. Might cut some of the sweetness.
Lime, maybe.
The
Lemon.
lime
You're thinking
essence-
lemon. You could do lemon,
or lime
too.
essence club soda. I'm going to try it.
It's pretty darn good.
Yeah. Now,
Back to the show.
as it happens every year at this time, Roswell hosts the UFO Festival,
I mean, at 2:45.
and that's going on this weekend.
Oh, the UFO Festival. What a good time. The hottest time of the year. So that, you know, the planes are having trouble landing in Phoenix and Vegas, right?
Yes.
Because when it's so hot, the air is less dense and it doesn't hold, you can't get any lift.
Actually, it's next weekend, but not
But
this weekend.
it's still pretty darn hot. So it's a UFO fest because since the UFOs can't get any lift, they have to land back in Roswell like they did in, 1951?
No, Michael, they don't use standard propulsion like we do. They're anti-gravity machines. And
Oh, well, that's mean.
they just negate the gravity beneath them and they can ride.
If we're anti-gravity, I mean, then we're not for anything.
Well, that's
That's
them.
what you think, huh? Or is that what they told you on the boat when you were picked up?
When they
abducted you?
me.
Yes.
I
They
can't
told
tell you what they told me.
Yes, you can.
It's
They
sworn
don't
to
know.
secrecy.
Okay.
I
heard the truth.
The UFO Fest in Roswell. We probably couldn't get a room there now if you
were an
decide you want to
alien.
go, but you can camp out, like Michael did. You can camp out
Many years
nearby.
ago. You can have my camping equipment since like new. It's like new.
I've been to the UFO museum in Roswell.
You've never been to the event. Everybody walks around with those big eye masks,
Yeah.
and so you don't know who are real people and who are
They have a
the
parade there.
aliens.
They have a parade. There's events. There's speakers. Knowledgeable speakers, ufologists, show up and give talks and lectures and fun. It's a fun time.
How would you like if somebody called you a hey, ufologist, ufologist,
My what is just
ufologist?
And,
ufologists are falling out.
yeah. So anyway, that's going on in Roswell. It's a big tourist thing. They make a lot of money every year in Roswell.
That's
Heaven
what
knows
Roswell has. That's
needs
what Roswell
something.
has. Yes.
They lost Air Force Base years ago. Now this is all they have to fall back on.
Yes.
Um,
and speaking of out of this world,
Yes. Who is out of this world today?
well, today Larry Chandler is out of this world.
Our
And
old friend Larry Chandler.
we did a lot of things with Larry. He was a lot of fun.
He was the scion of the community theater.
Yes, the Scion.
Scion, not Cylon.
He came from the community theater. He was the patrone. He was the wizened guy. He had
There he
years of directing plays in Korea.
Yeah.
I mean, he started out here. His family lived here all their lives, and he went to Korea to work with the Army's theater group. And he had so much experience. He came back here, immediately dug in, started working with the Las Cruces Community Theater.
He's been here for what, since the 80s?
No, like 94, I guess,
Okay.
a few years after I got here. And when Seal and Peter started their theater at the Black Box, he started doing shows there.
He was slated to direct a play at the Black
did
Box
some great
next
things.
season. He just directs the play at the community theater.
The Foreigner, remember
can't
that?
take it
With Richie Applebaum and Brandon Brown? That was like a classic. Those guys were great. He was their director. Anybody who could direct Richie Applebaum,
Well, he just directed You Can't Take It With You at the community theater.
which had 30 people in it.
Yeah, and so Larry, even if he didn't direct the play, he was there building the set.
He was always involved.
always involved. You couldn't do. I don't know what they're going to do without him. It's really going to be grim.
He was set to direct a play for the Black Box Theater.
Black Box Theater next season.
Yes. They're talking about
I guess you're going to have to take his place.
No, I know who's going to possibly take his place,
Oh.
but I shouldn't say it because we don't know yet. Anyway, you have more opportunities of directing because you have all that time.
Well, I am a director.
Are you? Do you direct this show? No, you're the
Co-producer.
Co-producer. Producing, directing is the same thing.
Yeah, see, that's why you don't direct.
I
Because
don't
you
know
can't tell the difference.
I can't tell the difference. Producing is trying to get people to do it. Directing is to get them to do what you want.
Now, speaking of the community theater, their next
we
show,
doing?
which opens this weekend, is Pippin. Pippin is a
Is
musical.
they open this weekend? Because they usually don't open the same weekend as the Black Box Theater.
It happens all the time, Michael.
Incredible.
And this time they're doing Pippin, which is
Are those
big
people from Las Cruces, those pictures?
Broadway. No, they're not.
I don't recognize those women.
And Pippin, who was Pippin, Michael? He was the son of Charlemagne. Kid Charlemagne.
Kids.
He's Pippin.
Was that a song by Steely Dan?
Yes, it was.
Yes. Is that?
And
This has nothing to do with Steely Dan, does it?
no, not at all.
That's a great song by.
And so, yes, he's the son of Charlemagne. He killed his own father, and he arose to lead.
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's how Donald Trump got to where he was. Oh, we better keep going.
And
Did
also,
I say that about
also,
Donald Trump?
speaking of the Black Box, the Baggage
Baggage.
is opening this weekend as well.
And-
That's a copy of the script. That's what
Oh,
the script
good. We
looks
have
like.
something. And that was written by, where's that? Sam Bobrick, a friend of ours. Nika Zima is producing
Is
it.
the director.
I don't know, directing
So you
it.
don't know the difference.
I don't know the difference, but
Hey, Jake's Cafe opened in Las Cruces. They'd been in Doniana for 10 years,
and famous for their hamburgers, right?
and he migrated south to Las Cruces in the old,
Green chili burgers,
they're in the old Castellana building. on
which
Loman.
is on Loman, just
Yeah.
east of Solano.
Now-
Many places have lived and died there.
That's
Recently,
right.
there's a barbecue place. There was a fancy Italian place. I can't
Now,
remember.
Movies in the Park is going on this
Is it?
weekend. This weekend they're showing Pete's Dragon. Starts at 7 o'clock. I think it's too early in the day to start showing a movie outside. But they're showing Pete's Dragon. And then also we have Music in the Park.
And music in the park. Well, the jazz thing is stepping up.
That's
jazz
on
thing.
Sundays at
Sunday at 7.
Young
And
Park.
Anthony and the Nightlighters, who do cumbias. We usually go
There's
to
2 bands.
Yes, there's 2 bands. Those jazz things are great because you bring your, even though it's outdoors, you know how I hate outdoors. If you can bring a Chase Lounge and some food and stuff, it
Some
makes it nice. It makes
Drink.
iced tea or
Yeah.
apple juice that looks like Sauvignon Blanc.
And also this weekend, Boba Cafe is opening with their
Disney
cabaret of Disney songs.
That's a
That might
picture
be
of Boba
fun.
Cabaret. It's
Over
on
there.
Solano.
Solano.
If you haven't been to Boba Cafe, it's a lot of fun. It's very intimate. It's like the old cabaret type thing where the people are walking through the aisles. You have wine. You can have snacks.
They serve dinner before.
The help there are great. So
It's like
always
dinner
fun.
theater, kind of.
It's fun. It's intimate. You get into part of the city. It's good. Anyway, I think we're about
We're
done.
out of business. Out of business tonight.
We didn't do Ramazzotti. We'll do it after the show. Our ice is
You
melted
bet we will.
anyway. Our ice is melted. We can't do anything else.
Thanks for joining us. We'll be here right here again next week.
Tasting something
Same
else.
time, same station, right here on Double Talk.
To the Americano.
I like this stuff. It's pretty good stuff.